All right, so you ever wonder how a great idea suddenly becomes something everyone knows about? Yeah, it's not some kind of magic trick. It's marketing. And today, we're going to break down how it's all changed. We'll look at the classic old way versus the super dynamic new way of getting your ideas out there.
Okay, let's be real. I bet you've got that one brilliant idea, right? That little spark you just know could be a huge business. The big question, though, is how do you get it out of your head and into the hands of, actual people?
Because look, having a brilliant idea is awesome, but it's really just the starting line. To make it real, you've got to tell people about it. It's that simple. I mean, if nobody knows your product exists, nobody's going to buy it, right?
And that is exactly where marketing steps in. It's all about connecting your awesome thing with the people who actually need it. So let's really dig into what that means. When you get right down to it, marketing is just telling people about your product to get them to buy it. It's that straightforward. You're telling a story that shows them, hey, I've got the solution you've been looking for.
Okay, so how do you actually do that? Well, you've basically got two main ways to market something. There's the old way and the new way, and we're about to dive into both.
So, on one side, you've got traditional marketing. Think of this as the old way. TV ads, stuff in the newspaper. And on the other side, digital marketing, the new way. This is everything that happens on the internet and on your phone.
All right, digital versus traditional. Let's really compare them. Which one is the right move for you and your idea? To figure that out, we've got to look at how they stack up against each other.
First things first, and this is a big one for pretty much everyone starting out, money, right? So which way costs less? Well, when it comes to cost, the difference is pretty huge. Traditional marketing, that can cost a lot of money. Think about how expensive a TV ad is. But with digital, you can actually start with very little money, sometimes almost nothing.
Okay, next up, how many people can you actually reach? I mean, which way lets you talk to more people?
So with traditional, you're usually just reaching people in one specific area, like your city or maybe your country. But digital? Man, you can reach people literally all over the world. The internet doesn't really have borders.
But what about actually talking with your customers? Not just yelling at them, but having a real conversation. How does that work?
This is a really key difference. Traditional is pretty much a one-way street. You talk, and they just listen. But with digital, it's a two-way conversation. You can actually talk back and forth with your customers, get feedback, answer questions.
All right, this is a big one. How do you even know if any of this is working? I mean, are you just throwing your money away?
With traditional marketing, it's actually really hard to know. You put an ad in a newspaper, but how many people really saw it? Who knows? With digital, though, it's super easy. You can see exactly how many people click, how many people watch, everything.
So, after all that, what should you actually choose? Which path is the right one for you? Well, there's no single right answer for everyone.
You might want to choose the traditional way if your customers aren't really on the internet, or maybe you just want to reach people in your local town. The big catch, though, you'll probably need a pretty large amount of money for those ads.
But you should probably choose digital if you don't have a lot of money to start with, or if your customers are, actually using the internet in their phones, which is most people these days. And it's definitely the way to go if you want to talk with your customers.
So how do you actually start? It's pretty simple, really. Just 3 steps. 1. Know your customer. Like, where are they? What do they do? 2. Pick your way. Are you going to go traditional or digital? And 3. Start small. You don't have to go big right away. Just test your idea out and see what happens.
All right, let's talk about your next big idea, because now it's really your turn. We've gone over the basics, but the real fun starts when you take this stuff and run with it.
The main thing to remember is this. Now you know the two paths. You know the old way, and you know the new way. You're ready to make a smart choice for your idea.
So, the only question left is, what great idea are you going to share with the world? Seriously, what is it? Now you've got the tools. Go make it happen.